for every suburbs of Dijon. There you have a wood heating center that makes the neighborhood autonomous, and it's wood consumption. So maybe you could dislike it because maybe it's natural resources we could lost. But in Burgundy, we are the second producer of wood in France. So we have enough resources for this. And it's a kind of 10,000 people, so it's not so much for the city. It's quite okay. And we decided to remove all the buildings, and it makes that everywhere in France they start to ask how we do, and we begin to become a kind of small model. But so the municipality say, okay, we continue, and they decided to make new neighborhood, and they change one of the old place of Dijon. It was a place just for car. If you see the place 3 months ago or 1 year ago, it was awful. It's just cars everywhere, and it was gray and dark. And now it's starting to be like this, and it's better. But it was not the only thing. They decided to make a link between this place and the passive building I showed you before. And there were also convention center, but it was really isolated from the rest. And people, they need to use the car to go there and to park to go to the convention center. So they decided to make a really big place to make it together. And so they, between the place and the buildings, they decided also to green the neighborhoods. And so we have green lines everywhere, new eco suburbs with strange names like in Star Wars, but it's really useful. All the time it's not really perfect, and this is a good passive building for private housing, but as you can see, it's a good communication tool, because just there you have really old roads, so it's just the building with really green, and the rest is not so perfect. But in other neighborhood, this was just around La Fontaine-Louche, just between other suburbs, and this is big. It's a shared garden, and they decide to promote the locavorism system to eat food, natural food, organic food, but with local production. And this is the neighborhood where they produce kind of organic food. And this was a good place for writers, but it was one of the only green place in the center of the city, and they decided also to make it green. So this is the park I just showed you. This is just there, and they decided to make green lines and to close the place for the cars. Just right now it's awful. There is a lot of thousands of cars each minute, and in 3 months it will be for just walking people. And even old buildings, there were. This is a nice building, but it's just for the army, for the headquarters of the airplane army section in Dijon. And it was a beautiful house with just a garden, and there is a high school just in front, and there is a big wall, and it's a huge garden just for one guy. And they decided to, also because the government has no money to entertain it, so they decided to sell the house and to build passive buildings for private use, and they mix with social needs, and it's becoming better. And so because of that, even the teachers at university, they start to make what we call the architects landscape. So it's naturally great, beautiful. For example, the Death Valley in US, people who live there, they know that it's beautiful, so we have to protect it. But this is in and this is a typical monument, French monument called the Vauban Monument on a small island around Bretagne. And because of this, it was to protect the country from the British. This is huge, massive protection system. So it's naturally beautiful, and a city like Besançon in Franche-Comté, they have all the city like this. It's marvelous, and they ask protection with UNESCO label. And so we decided to try something new. Maybe we could protect not just one building, not just the vineyard. We can't do it because touristic product, we can protect it by law or by label, but we try to protect